Like, we in the building, bro. Like, the haters shit don't even matter. We here. We working, we painting, we building. We building for the boys, bro. Girls is coming. FDMG.
Y'all know the name, y'all know the game. Liberation is the game, E5 Tunde is the name. We are inside of the most honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey Elementary School. Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy, building number 2. Brothers and sisters, we are working towards our goal. Okay, we in the school. FDMG. We working, we pushing. Okay, now y'all can listen to them or y'all can listen to us. The only people who know what's going on inside of this school are those of us who are here making the job work. You come in, you know what I'm saying? We up in here and the lights is on. We up in here and the lights is on. You understand me? See that? The lights is on, baby. The lights is on, baby. Let them talk. Let them talk. We working. 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 Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I only got a little bit of juice on the phone. Only got a little bit of juice. Only got a little bit of juice on the phone. You feel me? Phone about to die, but I just wanted to let y'all know we up in here making it pop off.
Shout out to all the queens. Shout out to all the queens and the kings, the elders, the youth, the ancestors. We working, y'all. We working. Getting these. We working.
Yeah, how about hit his ass?
Sisters, do not stop. For those of you who can only donate when you can, that cash. For those of you who can only donate when you can, get on that PayPal. For those of you who can only donate when you can, mail in that check or that money, or the brothers and sisters. That's how we bought the school, through random donations. But now we got to renovate the school, and we want to have the school renovated. The first school, the Marcus Garvey School, the small school, we want that renovated by New Year's Day. We want that renovated by New Year's Day, and we're running.
This was what, in 2020? I think it was like like November, December 2020. And No. I'm sorry. I'm my mistake. This is like in August into September 2020. He said you have the small building, small school. Well, the small building trap house band, though it's not a school. Renovated by New Year's Day. This is what he said out of his mouth. But now that's changed and everything's gonna be done by the end of this summer into September, right? Okay.
$50,000 behind. We're running about $250,000 behind. We need $250,000, $250,000 to complete the small school and gym. We need $250,000 to complete the small school and gym. And if you guys register in the Loyal Donor Club, or if you continue to hit that Cash App on payday, if you continue to hit that PayPal on payday, if you continue to send out those checks and money orders on payday, we will meet our mark. We want to celebrate that with 28 Days of Black History, a different program every night. 28 Days of Black History, a different program every night. 28 Days of Black History, a different program every night. Shout out to Brother Larry, our roofer. Brother Larry Prudeau, our roofer.
Larry Prudeau. Ain't that the same one that supposedly broke into the trap house bandos of Don to break all the toilets and stuff? The guy, he didn't pay nothing. That's the guy who supposedly repaired the roofs. He did nothing. Licensing and inspection and licensing permits came down there and did a little, not a real professional patch job on the big building and replacing the damage. Well, pretty much is just the structural damage on the outside on top of it, but it has multiple tiered layer structural damage throughout that big hole that's in the big building. That was not repaired or replaced. This guy he talking about, Larry Prudeau, he didn't fix it because the small building, the roof was nothing really wrong with it other than removing, I guess, like the ceiling tar, not ceiling tar, but the roof tar shingles and stuff like that, removing those. But you need actual permit pulled. It was anything over like 90 pounds of like roof tile tar shingles. And when they did that one Instagram post, they have that. Well, it looks like a city truck, like a city dump truck that came out there. It looked like it had a couple tons of that, like the tar shingled roofing sheetrock that got removed, even though he had no permit pulled for anything that looks like it was over 90 pounds. And it looked like a couple tons was in the back of that dump truck. And with that dump truck, it had like no identifying information whatsoever for what company it belonged to, but it looked like a city truck from Wilmington, Delaware. So there's that.
Both roofs to both schools have been repaired. Both roofs to both schools have been repaired. Both roofs to both schools have been repaired.
Like I said again, that big hole that's in the big building over there, I think, yeah, that has not been repaired. The underlayment of all the structural damage that's inside, not the one that's on top that like I said, license inspection actually put a tarp over. That's all they pretty much did. But underneath that underlayment, that structural damage is extensive, and it actually created a hole all the way through. That needs to be repaired. That has not been fixed. Larry Prudeau did not do any of that.
Working. Renovations have begun. They began on Nat Turner's birthday and even before that. Renovations have begun. They begun on Nat Turner's.
Why you ask for $250,000 if renovations already begun? Ain't nothing been done. And then we're gonna go to get to all that and adjoining documentation, all the vacant property taxes owed, all the back property taxes owed, because he says $300,000. It's actually $320,000 on like both properties, both parcel numbers, the small building and the big building. And I'm added in the late fees, the accrued interest, and the non-payment, and the reneging on the payment plan he was on back in February 2020. That's the last time I actually paid any back taxes. So it's $320,000. And that cycles through, because right now if you go to the website, the Wilmington, Delaware website for Newcastle County for his taxes, because he's under like the Brandywine School District. Again, there's no courses, no curriculum, no accreditation, no certification, no letter of intent filed with the city of Wilmington, Delaware, no business plan, school plan filed with the Newcastle County Brandywine School District, no school business plan filed with the Delaware State Department of Education, even though they're going to have authoritative jurisprudence over this supposedly independent Pan-African Wakanda Wizard of Oz pro-career school he's going to be opening up. They're still going to have authoritative jurisprudence over that, regardless. If he says it's independent, and he's not having any corporate or Caucasian Raleigh investors or even black banks involved in this. He's going to have to get accreditation through them, and he has filed nothing. We already know there's no applications for employment, enrollment, or anything like that. You already know there's no employees whatsoever, no instructors, no school board, no financial reserve liquidity, no types of liability insurance of varying degrees, variances. Does still have the zoning variance rights, still on light commercial manufacturing. 26 1M. Still has to get that changed to residential school zoning. So, and like I said, he has additional $100,000 worth of electrical work, troubleshooting, replacement, and repair to do in a small building and a small gym. We're not even talking about the big building and big gym that's going to take $4+ million get up and running, because it actually has a cafeteria in there. There's no cafeteria in the small building. No cafeteria in the small building. So there's that too. And just paying all the specialized instructors you need, because they're going to need salaries, 401ks plus benefits, as well as your employees is on wages. They're going to need their benefits too. So you're talking about millions upon millions of dollars. You're not talking about how much the HVAC all work is going to cost, the carpentry, plastering, drywall, the plumbing, the water heat pump, the gas furnaces, things people are not talking about. You're talking about $1.5 million worth of work to be done in a small building and small gym before anything gets up and running. And he's about to go on a cross-country tour again. And like I said, when taxes roll over, $320,000+ due July this year, then you have another, I think like $106,000 come due next July, 2022, when they're going to put a lien on the property and foreclose on it, and that's all that's going to happen.
2020, we making history. We making history. We making history. We making history. Go to my Instagram, my Twitter, my Facebook, and sign up for the Loyal Donors Club. Screenshot your receipt. I'm going to do the full fourth grade class because I have to focus on the restoration of FDMG. I have decided not to do the full fourth grade class because I have to focus on the renovations of the Marcus Garvey building. But I will be teaching a Black History class. I will be teaching a Black History class. If you need life coaching,
that didn't happen either. The Black History class, we already know that didn't happen. But here's the main thing he's about to say right here. And I suppose, like I said, he's not licensed or certified. He hasn't kept up with any of the continuing education since 2009, since he even got the degrees. Because he got his doctorate back in 2001, for child psychology. He's not a clinical psychologist. He's just child psychologist, standard school counselor. But, he propped himself up because he was at a private charter school in Philadelphia, the one he got put out of for misdiagnosing black boys and scamming their parents out of money. That's what he got put out. He got escorted out by security. Mukasa Africa Mayat pointed that out. So he used to work with Jermaine Shoemake at the same private charter school in Philadelphia that he got put out of for misdiagnosing neuromelanated black and brown boys and scamming their parents out of money. That's why he cannot get a job in this field whatsoever, anywhere, especially in the state of Pennsylvania. So, but here's the main thing I want to focus on right here. Well, one of them anyway, among other things.
I do life coaching. I do not have my license yet as a clinical psychologist. I do not have my license yet as a clinical psychologist. I have my doctorate, but not my license. So I can help you as a life coach. I cannot help you as a licensed psychologist because that is in progress. That is in progress. That is in progress.
Is it still in progress? Like I said, this is August 27, 2020. He ain't done nothing on that. So again, he's not licensed or certified whatsoever to give you any kind of advice outside of a life coach. And it's like the advice he gives you is like fragmented, not really specified for your particular situation whatsoever, especially when it comes dealing with children and what particular township, municipality, city, and school district your child is tied to, what individual circumstance he has. Especially when you're dealing with disruptive behavioral disorders and intellectual acuity discrepancies, when you're doing certain things like that. Or some, cognitive learning and mental retention deficiencies. Because he has to get specialized instructors, as well as they have to know Pan-Africanism and be Garveyite, if they want to work at the Trap House Bando. which again has no applications whatsoever. Just send a resume, But for what particular job, it doesn't tell you what kind of job he's actually looking for. Just send a resume. I guess you have to think off the top of your own head what your actual job application you want, before actually send a resume in. So you have to think for yourself what kind of job occupation you would want to have when you work at this trap house bando. And again, you have to go through like 3 or 4 interviews at what's on WhatsApp, probably, right? And he hasn't started any interviews whatsoever. And then he said he has over 3,000 resumes in his 16 years. He's been collecting resumes for non-existent school. And he's only going to consider those that donate. So on top of 3,000 plus resumes he has to differentiate between those that donated and those that didn't, and then split up in 4 different interviews. And after that, when he actually hires you, you still have to get the application for employment, right? You still have to have all the joint documentation when it comes to your taxes, right? Like getting the W-2, 1099, stuff like that. He has none of that. None of that. So then he said if he does hire you, you have to go to a 2-year probationary period to deactivate your coonship. So he's already calling you a very racially charged epithet coming in. And you're supposed to be working for him. You're coon until the 2-year probationary period is up. So your deactivation of your coonship that's already prevalent inside of you and subsisting before you even work for him. So there's that.
I'm looking for some very strong, serious 2 organizations. I got 2 institutions and I got 2 organizations. So I don't know who preaching because it ain't me. I do the damn work. I do the damn work.
You're doing the work.
I do the damn work. I got 2 institutions and 2 organizations. I'm 2 plus 2. So you can't be talking to me. That don't include the lectures. That don't include all the people I done brought to consciousness. That don't include all the black men I motivated to leave their white girls. That don't include all the black women who done went natural. That don't include all the kids I done saved from prison, saved from special ed, saved from ADHD, saved from
Where are all these people at? Because you just like naming like thousands of people, and no one throughout any social media platform you done seen, outside the ones that think he talk good and give him support, in the comment section, whether it be on Instagram, Facebook, or here on YouTube. Where are all these people he done save? All these children he done save. Why can't they come out and have any kind of, video testimonials? Or even post anything on these various social media websites, even to his own like Instagram page, Facebook page, even up here. Where are these people? Thousands. He said they saved thousands of neuromelanated black and brown people across his name, not just in the nation, worldwide. He's intercontinental, remember? But you don't got not one person, not one. Even his own colleagues at the private charter school he used to work for. Where are these people? Where are these people that he didn't save? Why you can't come out and vouch for him? Out here, I know you heard, I know you didn't seen him. Where are you? Just one person, please.
Save from medication. That's not all the husband and wives.
I'm not talking people that's gonna come up there and say he made a great point, he's speaking truth, and he talked good. I'm not talking about those people.
Oh, please, you don't want to see my work resume. So when you talk about preaching, you ain't talking to me. You ain't talking to me. I might be the #1 teacher, but I'm also the #1 builder.
What teacher?
Understands me.
Build. What the hell did you build, nigga? That building already been there, and it's still got the old Morgan Academy Middle School sign up there. You got some trap house bandos for $400,000 for begging for like 16 plus years because you don't want to work. You have no job. You don't have a house. You was living with your mama then, and she put you out, and you don't even have keys to get in. So you're living inside that trap house bandos right now. What have you built? Those buildings are already there. You have no institutions. That non-profit organization you got, that fake non-profit, is a P.O. box. That P.O. box is already there. You didn't build the P.O. box. It was already there. What have you built? Other than naming, it's not even say whether organization or institution, just naming something, calling the institution organization. That's not how it works at all. But okay.
Resume is solid. Nobody you know got a resume like me. Nobody you know walking the planet alive got my resume in this century. They might have a resume from last century, Black Power, but from 2000 to 2020, these 20 years, this first quarter of the 21st century, my name is #1.
20 years. He on drugs.
You call it arrogance, I call it the truth. My name is #1.
Look out.
You call it arrogance, I call it the truth.
He's twerking out. I call it twerking. Because they do a lot of strange things with
What he do with the money? Where the school at? Negro, please. What he do with the money? Where the school at? Negro, please. I didn't took y'all inside the school a dozen times. Go on YouTube and find the old videos. I'm chilling right now.
Chilling
All right now.
That's his dealer. He's still looking at him. He high right now, but he needs some more cocaine. Oh, he about to signal. There you go. You're looking at him right now. There you go. I need some of that.
Look, where the money at? Cooning ass black folks.
I had to get that.
Cooning ass black folks.
That's why we need this school. That's why we need the Marcus Garvey High School, brothers and sisters. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. And by the way, if anybody want to make any money, we still need somebody to paint the outside of the buildings.
You remember that episode when he had those middle-aged women out there using toxic ass 6-year-old interior paint with no primer to paint over cracks and black mold outside the building? You remember that on the small building? I mean, he got it done for free, even though he made it seem like he was gonna get licensed professional, painters come out there do the job, but he had people come out there, travel accommodations, transportation, and then they actually went out to pay for their own food on top of giving this man money to work for free to come out there. Because like I say, you need hotel accommodations and travel, transportational costs, and you got to eat. So y'all did all that, paid all that money, and he still need licensed professional painters come out there to not really finish out, to paint over the crap they utilize. Because like I said, that was old ass, toxic 6-year-old interior paint. Same kind of interior paint that was used in the small building that you can see. They used it for the outside. It was sitting in that compartment, that one room he didn't know about. He got blueprints. He paid what, $25,000 for, but he didn't know anything about that one storage facility with the 3 different compartments in it. He didn't know nothing about that 2 years in. Okay, but here's the main point.
We'll need somebody to finish painting the outside of the buildings. If you give me a good price, you can paint the outside of the buildings, but we're living off the people's money here with the school, you understand? So if you're going to charge...
Okay. We already know that you're misappropriating funds from the beginning and living off of them, but thanks for explaining that to us. And there's more. Hold on. Oh, yeah, I just want to get this up out of the way, too. We already know he's not related to Frederick Douglass whatsoever. Not even through the Baileys. So that's his dad, Jamal Johnson. So, yeah, we already know it's a lie, but he keep perpetuating. At first, he said he was related to him. Now he's a paternal kinsman. No, man, that's a lie, too. Okay, so I had to get to that. Nah, I'm gonna show this on that Tuesday telethon he had, and he showed the FMG Academy Cash App account and how much money he had in, over $11,000. And you see that it's not business; it's personal. It's personal FDMG account, so the money goes straight to him, so he can misappropriate it for whatever he wants because it's his personal account. He has a separate personal account with his name on it. The FDMG Academy, same thing. This is personal, right there. You see it? There's a Cash App. There's more. Got the EIN for it, because remember we had the old EIN that got shut down in Philadelphia because he wasn't filing the proper N990s. Well, he wasn't filing anything for 3 straight years, so they put it on the auto revocation list. So that's the last short. The man just been misappropriated funds. He just told you he living off donations, and like I said, that proves it. And yeah, just to let you know, he's not supposed to have a personal Cash App for having nonprofit status with IRS. That's what do they call that? That's fraud, isn't it? Yeah, that's nonprofit status fraud that he's committing with the IRS. So that's a crime. That's a felony. And yeah, also remember that Jermaine Shoemake has a personal account, not a charitable account, with GoFundMe, while having a nonprofit status with the IRS. And remember that Jermaine Shoemake lied on GoFundMe when he claimed that GoFundMe asked him to show his bank account to prove they had 6 degrees and prove that he's related to Frederick Douglass. He couldn't prove any of that. So we already know he doesn't have 6 degrees. He has 2. He don't got 6, he has 2. And remember that GoFundMe requires withdrawals on a regular basis. GoFundMe is not a bank, has no FDIC insurance, and pays no interest. And keep in mind that the payment partner isn't available to offer a partial withdrawal, so each time a withdrawal initiates, it will always be for your full available balance. This is because they're an online payment processor and are allowed to act as your bank by holding your funds for long periods of time. So that's a lot more emphasis on that. Now, shout out to Black Anonymous blogspot.com. And I told you this before, it's 2 Umar R. Abdullah Johnsons. One was born, as you know about, the one August 21st, 1974, Jermaine Shoemake, right? As you see here. Liens they had against him. That's one born August 21st, 1974. And this is the Umar, I said what, Shahid Abdullah Johnson, the Yemeni, married Yemeni, Arab Yemeni man. Was born September 7th, 1980. The one with 6 actual degrees. Jermaine Shoemake only has 2. Yeah, this was when he was using donation money to file across the world, instead of actually, finding the school. Well, there's more. And then shout out to Chantel Beatty for this article she put up on January 15th, 2016, when doing the verification process of who Jermaine Shoemake actually is and what degrees he actually has and licenses and certifications. Okay. Like, so you can pause it and read it at your own leisure. Doctor of Psychology, Clinical Psychology, Philadelphia College of Osteopathic Medicine, PCOM, Student Clearinghouse. Well, like I said, it was Umar Rashad Abdullah Johnson, the Yemeni man born September 7th, 1980. Because remember, Jermaine already had his degree by then, because he said he's been saving black people, preventing people from going to like school, the prison pipeline, get them off, which like intellectual discrepancy, acuity, psychotropic medicines and stuff like that, keeping neuromelanated couples together, marriages together, having neuromelanated men and women leave their Caucasian Iranian counterpart or leave their Caucasian Iranian marriages and going back to their own ethnicity. I mean, that's things he said he's done, Again, he said he's done it for 20 years, and he already had his supposed doctorate degree back in 2001. This, as you can see, received a doctor of psychology and clinical psychology from PCOM, named Umar Rashad Abdullah Johnson. That's not the Umar Johnson because remember, he already had his degrees back in 2001. He just never kept in the license certifications tied to it as a school administrator. Hasn't kept any of that current whatsoever since 2008. Like I said, that's not his. That's the psychoactive Holocaust you can't find anywhere whatsoever. But at least it has a real ISBN number, unlike the book has now that has a fake ISBN number, disclaimer, 100 plus blank note pages, no references, no sources, no biblical, index autography in the back. I remember clean dissertation. Again, Jermaine Shoemake, she already had his dissertation and his degree way before October 18th, 2011. and being awarded your doctorate degree November 14, 2012. He should have been already had that, right? This is not him. This is the other one, the Yemeni man. See? And like I said, you can pause this to read it at your own leisure if you need to. But I have more to show you. All the males appear to be of Caucasian Iranian descent. You haven't seen neuromelanated black brown person. Like I said, this guy, Umar Rashad Abdullah Johnson, is from Yemen, and he's married, and he's like one of those Arabs that looks kind of Caucasian Iranian anyway. You already know Jermaine Shoemaker married. This is back 2016. He's married then. Like I said, you can pause this video and read it at your own leisure if you need to. Okay. And let's get to the work that Jermaine Shoemaker's doing.
Destiny don't wait, brothers and sisters.
Shoveling snow, trap house band. No. Teachers, students, employees.
Yes. Yes. Garvey. Nkrumah. Lumumba. Get his work done, brother.
Getting the work done.
Yeah.
Getting that work done. Shoveling snow, the band, trap house band, though.
Book of Negroes.
That is eventually going to melt. Going to this trap house band, though.
What the hell is that? Oh, that's the grass.
Getting that work done. Uh-oh. Give me work done. Look at him working. Work done.
Ain't for energy and power.
Getting that work done.
To the ancestors, I came for some energy and power.
Getting that work done.
We got a $300,000 tax bill. We got a $300,000 tax bill. State of Delaware. 2019, 2020, we are exempt going forward, but we got to knock off this tax bill, brothers and sisters.
Pause. He's not exempt from 2021 taxes. He doesn't have a tax abatement. He reneged on the payment plan he had back in February 2020. He hasn't paid anything. He owes $320,000 in taxes. So, yeah, there's that.
Exempt going forward, but we got to knock off this tax bill, brothers and sisters.
Last week.
I know what they're trying to do. They're trying to force us to sell the property. I know what they're trying to do. White power structure don't want Dr. Umar and his school nowhere near Wilmington, Delaware. I know what they trying to do, but we gonna fight because the ancestors said fight. We ain't gonna quit because the ancestors say don't quit. So we gonna try to pay this bill down, brothers and sisters, and I need y'all to help me. We gonna gonna try to pay this bill down, brothers and sisters, and I need y'all to help me. Get on your Cash App, $FDMG School. Get on your Cash App, $FDMG School. Get on your PayPal, paypal.me/FDMG Academy. Get on your PayPal, paypal.me/FDMG Academy.
Getting that work done.
Mail in your check or money order. P.O. Box 9634, Wilmington, Delaware.
All the work you doing.
Mail in your check or money order. P.O. Box 9634, Wilmington, Delaware 19809. Join the Loyal Donors Club at drumarjohnson.com, brothers and sisters.
Money.
The tax bill is $300,000, and the renovation for the 3 buildings on the Marcus Garvey side of the street is an additional $300,000. I said the tax bill
It's $1.5 million to get everything up and running on the side with a small building and a small gym.
$100,000, and the renovations for the 3 buildings on the most honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey side of the campus is $300,000.
Get on your cash.
We can pay one, but we can't pay both. If we pay for the renovations, we can't pay the taxes. If we pay the taxes, we can't pay the renovations. I said if we pay the renovations, we can't pay the taxes. If we pay the taxes, we can't pay the renovations. So I need y'all to help.